Welcome to a sample of the new hit TV show, Barber Shop Talk, hosted by Kountri Boi from Cutting Up Barbershop in High Point, North Carolina. Let's go. Breaking into the industry.
You know what's crazy is I knew that the easiest avenue for me, since I was talented at the time, was to basically be able to form a band. But before I done that, me and I had a group at the time. It consisted of me and my little brother. Everybody knew him as Teeny. I ended up selling my car. My brother sold his. We ended up buying a rusty gray Cadillac. It didn't even have you couldn't even tell if the gas was full or empty. It didn't work. Just growing up listening to my family, my dad, my uncles, my cousins, everybody out there just, putting on those old school records and listening to everybody, come together during the holidays and sing, and that's basically how I got started.
So it sounds like it's, a lot of grinding to it, meaning, it's not easy. You just don't start, wake up and think that, hey, I'm gonna be on TV tomorrow. There's a lot of work you gotta put into it also.
It's definitely that. It's definitely that. In the sense of, it's a lot of people, who feel like this business is for them. Like, you really gotta be groomed for this type of business because it'll either make you or break you. I was in a service one time and I heard a preacher say, if it's for you and God intended for it to be, then it'll be for you. But for the person who mom or dad put them in dance classes or vocal classes, and they know you got 2 left feet or you can't hold a tune, then they basically living vicariously through their child. So at the end of the day, that child grows up and thinks, I'm this and I'm that, and it never happens. So, at the end of the day, it has to be something that God intended, and then it's all in timing. And, as I look back, I've been doing this for a long time, and to me, it don't feel like it's long. But when we talking, like, me really starting professional, when I got with the producer and now my manager over at Grand Hustle, Keith McMasters, like, we've been doing this like 13 years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a grind behind it.
Now, what do you want to say to the young kids about the choices they got to make to be in a position that you are?
I just feel like, the first thing I want to say is Rome wasn't built in a day, so you can't just,
That's right.
You can't just think that, over the course of the night, you're going to become a huge star. Lil Wayne didn't even become a huge star overnight. It seems like it now, because time has passed, and that lets you know how fast time flies. But, it's all about being patient, and it's all about making smart choices. Oh, just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, and I know a change gon' come. Oh, yes it is. And it's been too hard living. Oh, and I'm afraid to die. When I first started, I felt like that was gonna be one of my vices, but I said I chose. It's a lot of artists that like, it start off with 1 shot, it start off with 2, and they whole career go downhill from there. So I just took it upon myself to say, you know what, you've been doing this all your life, and when you had to get up and sing as a kid, even if they had to make you sing, you found a way to get through it. So, just get your high and your energy off the crowd, and that's what I would go in search of.
So by you being an entertainer, so how you deal with the ladies, like?
I mean, you know what?
Every day, how you do it? You pull up in the Hummer too.
I'm saying like, you know, like with me, a good friend of mine, Waleed Coyote, guy works at 102 Jams, which is you know, it was a local radio station in High Point. And when he looked at me, I went to the station for the first time, and without me being on TV and you know, just local success and the underground movement, people knowing who I was. Even the girls at the radio station gravitated to me. And he looked at me, he shook his head, he said, what you don't want to do is surround yourself or get caught up in the hype of women, because what happens is if everybody knows that too much of something is not good. It's not good for you. That's one thing.
But did you try a little bit?
Of course, I mean, you're gonna want to try to get your feet wet. But
different area codes, right?
yeah, but you know, I mean, cause you know, I mean, who's gonna resist a beautiful woman in Miami coming to you, or New York City or Atlanta?
Thank you.
Of course, but I mean, I try not to entertain it too much, because you can also get caught in what we call the trap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't, you know, anytime you doing too much of this, you doing a lot of this, I just feel like you wasting a bunch of energy and a bunch of money. I feel like a chick if she really like you, she gonna let it be known some other kind of way. If she have to take you out.
So you getting women in Miami? Shit, I'm getting a fine girl at McDonald's. I'm getting that busted.
Well, you just got to come with me. Yeah, you got to come with me.
I'm getting a girl from the chicken shack.
Tell the truth, man. We in the barber shop, man. You ever tricked off some dollars?
Wait a minute. Trick. Well, you know what? I mean, I feel like anytime you, if you take a girl to McDonald's, you tricking off some dollars. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna right. And I feel like, yeah, and they always got their hand out.
Yeah,
What woman? I mean, yeah.
all day.
Ain't got no paper, right?
Right. My mama always said, the way you and it's like this. A woman, the woman you want is based off. It's like good credit. If your credit, you ain't got no nice car and you ain't got no nice house, you know, those are those physical things are like a form of credit for you.
Yeah.
And when she sees them, she like, that's stability for me.
Yeah.
He ain't one.
He doing something for me.
But if you ain't got it,
yeah, if you flipping it, you
right.
gotta bust
Now occasionally if you're not smart, you will find yourself in a situation where you will get the nice girl, and she might not have it all up here. So she ain't willing to go 50-50 with you, and you guess what? You, like I said, once again, you spending time and money.
Yeah.
So I try to stay away from those. Those are what you call groupies.
So what choice?
Groupies.
Miss Love Jones, she only agree with your Rod. You got done with the haircut.
What?
Shortee Redd in the house.
Yeah.
Talk about in the barbershop.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the truth, though.
Yeah.
You don't think that's the truth?
That's the truth. That's true, because we treat
That's the truth, man.
Choices. Shortee Redd, you've been in all kinds of movies. This is Barber Thaxton, Everette Cage. These are producers of life choices. Come on, man. Come there, bro. We're going to tighten you up.
Shortee Redd, actor, artist, producer.
Thanks, guys, for real. And I say that to say this, like, for those who don't know, off top, my name is Shortee Redd. I've been doing like music and acting since I've been about 5 years old. Some of the movies I've been in, He Got Game, I played Booger. The Hurricane, I played one of the guys who was scared of the guy who actually had the knife and was ready to stab him. For those who don't know, that was the Reuben Hurricane Carter film. What else I played in, man? Well, my latest joints was Precious. I played in Precious, and my other joint.
Yeah, that was dirty. You pushed it down.
Yeah,
He pushed it all the way down.
I want to get you right now. I want to get you right now.
I hit New York, and I'm from Mount Vernon. Where you from?
I'm from New York.
New York, what part?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. All right,
Best
my
stop.
house is up in Westminster. Best stop, do or die.
Yes, sir.
Boys and girls.
Yeah. Oh,
let's
yeah.
take it back a little. Shortee Redd's in Brooklyn. Just a young guy thinking about movies, thinking about dreaming. When did it happen, man? Take us on the journey.
I mean, it all happened with my uncle. My uncle saw the vision in me from a young kid, so he brought me to the light. He brought me to everything as far as the media. He brought me to radio. He brought me to TV. He brought me to agents. He brought me to managers. Like he brought me to the light, man. So that's really how I got started, you know what I'm saying? Everything snowballed into one big snowball after, you know what I mean, just constant working, man. You know what I mean? The latest flick was Before I Self-Destruct.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's right now, I'm working on an album. It's called Icon, Imagine Cake on Neptune. I'm selling it on all digital downloading stores. So if y'all see it right now, go cop it. I got a few singles right now. If She Won't, She Will, and I got another one. You know what I'm saying? 99 cents, you can't beat it. Download it, throw it on your iPod, your iPad, throw it on there, man. It's good music, man.
Ringtones. You got some ringtones?
Not ringtones yet, but I am into branding. You know, I just hooked up with my brand manager and all that, so it's definitely a good look, man.
www, MySpace, Twitter, what's all that about? How do we get to you?
Twitter.com/Shortee Redd. You spell out Shorty with 2 E's at the end and 2 D's at the end of Red.
MySpace?
I mean, I don't really do MySpace like that. I don't know who really do, you know what I'm saying, MySpace like that, but if
any of that?
I mean, I'm on everything. Just Google me, man. Like, for real.
Google me. That's what I'm saying. Google me, man. I like the way he said it. He said just like
Google me, man.
Google me, you know what I'm saying, son? I like it.
I'm on the internet. Google. I mean,
yeah, I like that.
Yo, I'm doing a bunch of shit right now. What's my dudes? World Star Hip Hop. Shout out to World Star Hip Hop. I got some shit on World Star Hip Hop I just did. What else is popping right now? YouTube. I just did a bunch of videos for YouTube, man. Like, I'm working right now, you know what I'm saying? So just try to keep up behind me, you know what I mean? And support great music, man. Support positive dudes that's doing something, you know what I mean? That's next level with it, for real.
Knowing that it can be a one-man show. You can't handle it by yourself, technology, nowadays, and that's what I'm doing with Love Jones Productions. It's something that I stepped into for the new year. I tell people all the time, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm doing it, and it's movement and action. And anybody that has movement and action, it just goes a long way, and you just bring it tenfold back to you and those around you, and positive energy. I believe in it, vibes, I believe in it, and that's appealing, and it's attraction.
I never, you know what I mean, as soon as I felt like I was somewhere, I'm a star, you know what I mean? I always feel humble. I always feel blessed about what I'm doing, you know what I mean?
Let's stay on that vein. You just said you stay humble and you know God. Ricco talked about God. This isn't a religious movie, but the defining thread in most successful people that are in a project is religion. Mm-hmm. Where does God play a point in your life? Where do you know that you're not in control? Tell me something that happened that if it wasn't for him, this deal wouldn't have went through, because nothing I did was working. When did God really work through you, and when did you know that, you know what? I got to keep worshiping. I got to keep doing what I'm supposed to do because he's blessing me.
I mean, it's never a part where I feel like God comes down on me and puts himself in there. I feel like whenever I feel like I'm walking alone, you know what I'm saying, it's him picking me up. You know what I'm saying? You know that saying, my dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He carries you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. But every day, man, I pray. I say my prayer, you know what I mean? After every meal, before I feed my face, I say my grace. You know what I mean? Like, it's serious, though. Some people play around with God, like, you know what I mean? Oh, just use him when you're in a bad situation, or, you know what I mean? Use God every day. Talk to God, you know what I mean? And I feel like this. You don't have to be in church every day, you know what I mean? Or every Sunday. Right. You know what I mean? To have a relationship with God. You can sit there right anywhere and talk to him. He hear you.
Yeah, because God is here.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right now.
Right. God is here every day with me, man. So it's not a day where I feel like I never forget about him. You know what I mean? He's here. He's the reason I'm in this chair. He's the reason I'm breathing, man.
We're at a time that's just a sneak peek. Thank you, E.O. Shelton Jr., a.k.a. The Great Mopic, for everything from the hookup to filming. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kountri Boi, Buck, and Cutting Up Barber Shop. We couldn't have done this without them. Support your local comedians, or they'll be breaking into your house. I'm telling you, some of them got child support.